Well, it's a big show.
No. Again, I'm still trying to map, and we can't use any of it, but I'm still trying to map who watches the show. It always worries me, like one of them's like my mom. Like she's secretly sitting there listening.
He hates me. Where did I go wrong?
Oh, yep. Oh, we gotta be careful, I think.
Ugh.
This thing's starting to shit the bed. Just too bad.
What thing? The splitter?
Splitter or this piece down below.
I think it's that. It moved significantly when you tugged on it.
You moved significantly when you tugged.
Take careful about finishing
Yeah.
that sentence.
God damn it. Not this time.
We made it up. All right, I'm going to squanch a little closer to the mixer then.
Yeah.
Feels like a nice campfire. If I was a dude.
Well, you gotta get. You can use this extender over here if you want, but it's just you're gonna have to manually use your own.
I'm fine.
I am great.
I'm thriving. I'm thriving over on this
I'm
quadrant.
having a great time, he said. It's like you're like a 6'4" person who went into like a house for people who were no taller than 5'3". You're just like you're craning at the top. I'm having a great time. Thank you for inviting me over to your
I'm
lovely
Gandalf
house.
in the Hobbit holes.
Yep. Oh. The next day you go to a chiropractor and he's just like, "What did you do?"
Jesus Christ! Did you age 20 years last night?
It was a really great time, and I was really happy to be there.
It was hobbits. Oh goodness.
That's what that is. That's what you are right now. It's
Yeah.
fine, but by the end
I'm
of this episode,
actor
you'll be really
Ian
sad.
McKellen.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take it.
You're going to just have scoliosis after this, just like me. I don't think I have scoliosis, but my back is not doing great these days.
What kind of mattress you sleeping on?
Not a good one. A very soft one. One of those ones you feel like you sink into the center, you know?
Yeah. No, that's not good.
No, it's not. I miss my old mattress.
The one on the floor in New York?
I'm sorry, but there's a ton of support there. There's a ton of evidence to support that lying on the floor is very supportive to your back.
Yeah, existentially and physically, yes.
Yeah. Also, because I'm a little dirt person. That's where I deserve to be.
No, you know what you really are?
Even though I was on the third floor.
You're like the hero of that subculture of Japanese bachelors who like live in one room and sleep on mattresses on the floor.
I'm just a minimalist.
And get all their takeout. You're giving yourself an awful lot of credit there, Rory. I think you're a shut-in.
Yeah. Okay. Great. That's a nice way of putting that.
That's
I meant
okay.
in the term
That's
of
who this podcast
I meant
is
in the
for.
sense of like I don't put shit on the walls. I don't really care about decorating.
It's infuriating if you want to know the truth.
Oh, why is that? Because you want like my room to have personality and
Because
shit.
I buy you things like
Yeah.
a David Bowie poster. I see that hasn't gone up
That
anywhere.
was gonna go up, but then I had to move away. Where the fuck am I gonna?
I'm
put
looking
it
at
up
the
in?
blank back of a door right now.
I'm not putting anything up in this place. This is a temporary thing. I'm not putting anything up here because I gotta take it down.
The sooner you put that David Bowie
That's
poster
so
up.
no. I'm not putting anything up because when you put stuff up, it makes it like for me that makes the place feel more permanent.
Exactly, Rory.
Yeah, and
it's time you start accepting that
Don't-
this is where we've
Don't
landed.
do this, man. Don't do
This
this.
is where we've landed. We're Berry Boys now. Now and
You
forever.
shut your mouth.
Do you need a knee replacement? I sure do. 2 of them.
No.
2 at the same time. It used to be 2 chicks at the same time. Now
Two
it's 2
chicks
new
at the
knees at the same time.
man. That's a dream.
Hey, Peter. Guard your cornhole, man.
Just want to fucking disappoint 2 women at the same time.
Or to underwhelm them.
Won't that be great for both of them? What a passing story they'll have.
Something to tell your kids someday.
Remember that time we both fucked that nobody? Oh, we were very drunk. Yes, we were, sweetie. Like that's... And also, she's obviously a bad person because she's telling this story to someone younger than her that she's calling sweetie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So already, this person is not great, and that's the kind of person, that's the caliber of woman I'm having a threesome with in this hypothetical.
Yeah. Nobody wins here.
I'm not doing great.
No.
No.
I thought I was going to be in a 5-way with a bunch of Canadian women once, but they just stole my shit and made me
Yeah, that's...
chase them bar to bar to get it back.
Yep, that sounds fun. They were just on a bar crawl.
They were just like down on a weekend furlough from whatever cosmetics company they worked for in Vancouver.
You ran into a women's Navy rugby team.
They had their way with
And
me.
they just beat you up. You lost the game of pool to them, and they had their way with you.
I couldn't pay, so they tuned me up.
And
Snoo
what-
snoo.
It's the most feminine, dominant porn you've ever seen in your life.
No,
Why
what,
do these women just really manhandle this 6'4" dude? No, I don't.
I respect the 4 of them a lot. Him, not so much.
They really mashed his testicles with those pool balls.
They mashed the testicles of my sanity because, first of all, we're performing at Red Square, and I can't change in the bathroom because there's like 9 people taking a shit in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm changing in an alleyway after a show.
Yeah, that's hot.
And
That's the
these
start
4
to a
girls
great
just
story.
appear and are like, oh, da, 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 just like, I don't even know what they're saying.
Yeah, they're Canadian?
I just see one of them. Yeah, they're Canadian.
How do you know they're Canadian?
Because they were talking about how they were from Canada.
Oh, sorry.
We
noticed you out there changing.
Oh, gee.
Oh, boy.
Now, keep in mind, we are lady sexual predators from the Great White North, but we're real polite about
You're
it.
going to be super apologetic about the mean things we're about to do to you.
Take off those pants there, little dick. Yeah, so I'm changing in an alley, and they just start coming over, and their stories change constantly. The one girl's getting married.
Maybe they're just California
Just
Valley
kidding,
girls.
she doesn't have a boyfriend. Just kidding, she's already married. Just kidding, the guy's dead. Like, the story kept changing, and I'm like, that's fine, but I am in my underwear in an alley in Burlington. I would like to get dressed. And mercifully, I had my shorts and shirt in my hand.
One of 2 things is
That's
happening
it,
here.
because they stole my bag and ran away.
They stole your bag.
They sure did.
And you're like, that's them officers. They're the ones who stole my things. And then they just get sent to jail instead of this being like a night of crazy hijinks. You just got a bunch of women arrested.
Yeah, they were in their minds, they were in some fucking Bad Moms Christmas or whatever that fucking movie is. Just, I love us. It's the girls doing
But for
their
you,
thing.
it's like 28 blocks. You're like, I got to get my stuff back.
It's me in flip-flop shorts and a tank top with no phone, no keys, no wallet. They've got all of it.
So you can pay off a mobster at the end of the night. You need the duffel bag back, and if you don't, he's going to kill you.
There's a rival gang leader's head
Yeah.
in the bag, and they
So-
don't know it.
Exactly. So you got to run against time to stop these awful Canadian women.
This is actually a compelling film.
You
actually.
can't tell the police because of the head in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. Can't bring the cops into
Yep.
this. Had to go my own way.
Yep.
Couldn't even call on my band to do it. They're all like, nice, he's going to hook up with 4 chicks at once. And it's just me crying on my knees on the floor of a bar being like, please give me the bag back.
It eventually gets violent too. You got to realize, like later, like you almost get it, and you end up getting into a fight with one. But it gets serious. You end up bashing her head against a bar. Again, this is in full view of everybody. This doesn't have a happy ending for you.
Popular
But it's just
support, all but gone at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, oh yeah. And you're not a hero in this story.
I'm not the victim anymore.
There are no heroes in this story. You're just this like 5'3", 90-pound creature. Smash! You just really you hit her into a couple of martini glasses. It's an upscale place. These are the kind of people who are not used to violence.
Yes.
And at first the fighting is playful, but she pulls out a knife, she sticks you good, and that's when the joke is over, and you basically murder this woman. And then you're off to find the rest of them. And let's be honest, kill them as well.
Because once you've had a taste of blood, you got to kill all those girls.
This is an action movie. It starts as hijinks. You start the movie where you're like, oh, whoa, and everyone, again, Bad Moms Christmas. You're singing music. They're like, oh, boy, what's going to happen? And they think, like, at best, you're going to go home with one of them. No, you kill him.
A lone white man takes on the women who stole his shit and kills them in disproportion to the crime.
Really, I think it's a criticism of the police system for not being able to involve themselves, Well, also, maybe, though, you've got a head in a bag, so,
Right.
There's some context
Again, there
It's
are
tough.
no winners here.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say what it is. I'd also say, yeah, no, you're not a great person for murdering a bunch of women for taking your stuff.
Not going to endear myself to any jury. Let's put it that way.
It's like you were watching, oh, God, what's that? It's Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise Jamie Foxx is
Collateral.
Collateral. Thank you. It's like that one scene in Collateral where Jamie Foxx's hands, see, they're zip tied to the taxi, and that guy comes, puts the gun, and robs him. Takes all Tom Cruise's shit. Tom Cruise shows up, like, oh man, is that my bag? And the guy's like, oh fuck you, and he kills both of them. It's like if you took that one moment and made a whole movie around it. That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah. You could also end that movie very quickly by being like, look in the bag.
Yeah.
One of them does it and just sees the head.
Like, Jesus,
They give you the
Jesus
bag back
Christ!
pretty quick.
Yeah. Can I have my bag back now? Can I have my bag back now?
That's actually a genius thing. Just bring a prop severed head everywhere you go. No one wants to steal your shit.
Yeah. But you'd have to, like, deal with that. Oh, it's the fucking bag guy again. Every time this happens, someone calls us. Like, was it like a creepy 6'3", 6'4" dude, blonde? Did he yell at you kind of shrill? Yeah, it was. It's just a fake head in the bag. It's the head bag guy again. Yeah, no, cancel the Don't tell him to go check that out.
I become a local Burlington wonder. I'm like Johnny Wanzer or King
I feel like
Bread.
eventually I'll be like, you got to stop doing this, man. You got to stop. You're freaking everybody out.
It's really not as funny or as cute as you think it is, man.
People have been coming to me. They think you're prepping the police for the day you actually do this. So when you do, no one will believe. Like the boy who cried wolf butt for murder. You got to stop carrying around. That's actually brilliant.
I'm telling you.
Every now and then, you just one day, Koch is carrying around a real head in a bag. Whose head would that be? Any head in the world. Whose head would you put in your bag?
Any head in the world in the bag? Oh, boy, Rory, that's an excellent question. Have you thought about this? Have you put any thought into this?
I mean, obviously, everyone leans towards B. Arthur.
You
think about it. It's one of the golden girls.
No longer an option.
Yeah, well, no.
Unless you want a skull.
Well, yeah. But eventually, I mean, you do want a skull because you can't stay just like a full head in a bag forever. Eventually, you want to, like, drink vodka from like a Russian,
Oh, yeah. To that end, I know exactly whose head I want in that bag.
Oh, go on.
Yours, motherfucker.
Oh, that's not. You want to drink vodka from my head?
I'm just going to let you decompose with dignity. I'm going to be like in Danger 5 where he's got the head. Claire loves dim sum.
Can you just
stuffing shit in your mouth?
Dance with this? Yeah, okay, man.
I make some terrified tourist couple hold the head, and I'm like, now I'm going to take your picture with Rory.
Let go of my Hitler baby.
So you have a great memory of the time you came to Burlington.
There's weird references to a show nobody has watched.
Yeah, no one, probably 2 people listening to this have seen Danger 5.
Yeah. Well, you go check it out. It's great. It's great stuff. On Amazon Prime still, I believe.
Yeah.
You won't. The old you would have. I miss the old you.
It's not for everyone. We understand, but
You used to be cool, man. We used to, like, cruise in your car for chicks. What happened to you? Now you got, like, kids and a family. I'm so disappointed.
what happened to Burger and Chick Night? That was our favorite night.
Just to hang out, go cruising.
You know how it was?
You remember, man.
Our life was like a George Lucas movie. Rory, I got some sitcom ideas I want to run by you.
Okay.
And I want you to tell me. I'm going to pitch them to you, okay?
Am I supposed to, like, expound upon these or shoot them down? Or
I'm pitching them to you, and we're kind of developing these.
all right, let's see what you got.
Okay. So we all know that it all comes out of the title, right? Like any good show has like a all in the family.
Well, if you've never seen it, it's going to take a while. Unless, like, I remember there was a lot of shows, some of them have been my favorite. Like, I remember Community.
Yeah.
And Community I knew nothing about. If you just told me the name, Community, I probably wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, what the fuck's that about? And then I think it took me reading the back of one of the DVDs to be like, okay, I see some of the people in this. This seems like it'd be funny. And then it was great. It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah. And
so, yeah.
That was when we were in Boston.
I'd say that's fair. There's a lot in a name.
Correct.
Yeah.
So you really kind of sell the show through the title. And it should have a little bit of whimsy to it. You have your Jake and the Fat Man, which is kind of telling you exactly what you're going to get, which is Jake and a fat man. And you have stuff like Third Rock from the Sun, which was a little more conceptual.
But
right?
it intrigues you.
Right.
And someone tells you, they're like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in that. And if it's now, you go, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that's fantastic. And back then you'd go, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, that name's so complicated, he must be great. You go and you check it out.
It's the only explanation.
You could talk about all the other accomplished actors in that show, but no.
JGL.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Because you thought he was a hot girl, and then you learned otherwise, and you said, tell no one.
Just like the girls in Hanson.
Exactly.
Like, bop, I don't know. And someone's like, those are boys. You're like, listen how that one's singing. There's no way.
I mean, look at how
no way.
hot they are, and they're
look
Adam's apples.
I gotta visit California. They're not from California. Shut up! So, yeah, show pitch idea.
Fun fact, their parents escaped Branch Davidian and the massacre at Waco.
Really?
No, I made that. Not this time.
time.
I made it up. But you believed it because they all had the same haircut.
They have a very weird look. Like, we traveled around in a van, solving mysteries.
We kept mom and dad from killing themselves on the beach where we were living in a Eurovan.
Yeah. They look like yeah.
Very much so.
We were very close to the Manson family.
We almost had them. Okay, my show. It's called 75 and Sunny. And it is about a grandmother and her grandson
Okay.
who solve crimes together. She's like Angela Lansbury from Murder, She Wrote.
She's 75, and it's her son.
And he's Sonny.
Yeah.
But the problem is she's on a lot of medication, and he's horribly addicted to pills. So they don't really solve a lot of crimes. He mostly just like does all of her prescription medication, and she takes the bus home. Gets horribly lost in a bad neighborhood. You know how it goes.
I think you could probably get 6 episodes out of that before people are like, "Where's this going?"
Well, help me develop this.
You gotta,
How do we?
What's your arc though? What you know?
Probably to get Sonny off drugs.
Yeah, because I mean, you're gonna have to cast a woman who looks 70 but is in her 60s. Your biggest hurdle is what's gonna happen if you have to like Dumbledore it and recast mid. You know,
What if we recast every season just to make it a gimmick and keep it fresh?
like Doctor Who it.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
It's like the Good Doctor, except okay, are we switching Sonny out as well?
No, Sonny's got to be the same guy.
Same guy. Who plays Sonny?
It would be horribly ironic if his actor overdosed and we had to recast Sonny. But other than that,
who is going to play Sonny? I will not take Colin Hanks.
No Colin Hanks.
No
What about
Colin
Chet
Hanks.
Hanks?
No Hankses.
No Hankses. Chet Hanks would be perfect. I don't know if you can. No, I won't even try to say it. All I'll say is it's a
don't
word
you
that
dare.
starts with a W that you call white people that are acting black. I don't think we can say it anymore.
No, I don't know.
So I'm not even going to try.
That's not
But
our
But
word.
you know what I'm saying. Rhymes with a Winnie the Pooh character. We all know which one it is. The tiger. But it starts with a W. You know what I'm saying. You get where I'm going
I do
with
know
this.
what you're saying. I got it.
Why
I
didn't you
got
pull
it.
the fucking e-brake then?
I was waiting for you
God.
to stop. I was just waiting for you to come to the end. But you continued to have ways to talk about it. The Winnie the Pooh reference was very well done.
We got
Spot
there.
on. I'm glad it was for
That's so kids can listen to
Yeah.
this show.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, you
no.
vetoed Chet Hanks.
I vetoed all the Hankses. You can't make Tom Hanks Sonny either.
Okay, but
obviously.
on what grounds are you anti-Hanks?
I'm not. I just see him in a lot of buddy cop things.
Well, that's fair, but that's to exclude Colin Hanks.
Yes.
What did Chet Hanks ever do to you?
Guilt by association.
That's not a strong legal precedent.
So, hey, that guy was there during the murder. Guilt by association. He could have stopped. Chet Hanks perhaps had at some point he was with some family. He was like, I could put a stop to this right now, and he didn't. He didn't do that. So he's guilty by association with the rest of the.
That's like saying Chet Hanks is guilty for like being 20 miles away high
he
at
could have
Taco
stopped.
Bell.
He could have stopped Colin Hanks.
What do you have against Colin Hanks?
Why does he have a career?
Colin Hanks is not.
Why exactly? Why does Colin Hanks have a career?
He's delightful and he's not on trial.
He's
here.
fine. He's a fine actor. You know who else is a fine actor? Millions of people who aren't Tom Hanks' kid who could go and they have to work hard. And they're up in that. You're sitting there. You're this gawky, tall bastard with no chin. And you're sitting there and you've been working your ass off since you were 12 in the fucking circuit. And oh, look, you were on Murder, She Wrote for 13 Lives. Oh, it's a big fucking thing. And one day you're sitting in there in the casting room and you're going, oh my God, I think I'm going to get this. This might be my big break. And in walks Colin fucking Hanks. And you go, I've got no chance. I've got no chance against fucking the Hank bloodline. That thing came out of Tom Hanks's ball sack. I've got no chance in the world.
First of all, you'd never even be in the same room as royalty like Colin Hanks. So you wouldn't see him going to the audition. So fuck you, your whole premise is flawed.
You're right, I've got a chin. I'll never be in the same room as Colin
I was
Hanks
like,
for
which
casting.
one of us is he talking about? Because, like, I don't necessarily have a
I'm
chin.
not talking about either of us. I'm talking for all those poor bastards who were ever in a casting room having to watch, oh, hey, look, Colin Hanks here. And they probably walked him in. Some asshole gave him a coffee in a styrofoam cup. And they took the time to put that little hand warmer thing on it so you don't burn your hand. What's that called?
I don't know. A sleeve?
The little sleeve. They didn't give you a sleeve when you walked in. No one handed you coffee when you walked in.
You didn't get to take a koozie home
Yeah.
when you left the Warner Brothers lot.
He walked out of there with a hat. How are we supposed to assume that you're unbiased? And they go, we're not. Next. What a harsh reality. That's what I have against Colin Hanks. Just like all the other ones. That the only one of kid I respect is Ben Stiller.
Okay, show your work.
Just because he's done so much. And he's got a little bit of range because they cast him in Royal Tenenbaums, and that's really weird. And I didn't find
He's also
it
a very
particularly
talented
funny.
writer and director.
Yeah, I think he does a good job. So that's
Pro
where he
Stiller.
goes. Yeah, but he came from Jerry Stiller.
Yep, came out of those balls.
Came out of
Imagine
those
that
balls.
guy fucking.
Oh boy!
I'm telling you, the sex sucks.
Yeah.
What was I going to say? Okay, so are we casting a complete unknown as Sonny?
I don't know.
Let's
I mean-
cast an unknown. But what's the type we're looking for? What's
How
the
young?
personality
Well,
type?
I don't know enough about the story. So it's a 75-year-old woman. What's the age we're going for?
I would say late 20s to early 30s.
Okay,
He's a younger guy.
Let's cast that ambiguously aged dude who was in the Maze Runner movies.
I haven't seen those.
That blonde kid. He's in a bunch of other shit.
I don't hate myself, so I haven't watched any Maze Runner movies.
Well, now you'll never get the. I gotta find another. Let's just cast Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Okay.
Let's just cast.
All
him.
right. I'm
There
fine
we
with that. He's going to need to gain some weight. We're going to get him a little methed up, some bad teeth, some pock marks, maybe a stab scar somewhere. Maybe he got knifed at the McDonald's in Cambridge.
Alternatively, we could get the asshole from Silicon Valley.
Thomas Middleditch?
Yes.
No. I hate him.
You can't stand
Hard
Tom.
out.
But
Can't
that's the
stand him.
point. Is like you're supposed to hate him.
Sonny?
Yeah.
You grow to love Sonny.
Oh, you grow to
He's
love
the emotional core of the relationship between him and 75.
But he's supposed to be a shit though. At some point,
he
right?
is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
he takes advantage of his grandma. I don't even know if he really loves her.
Well, maybe we can't go with Joseph Gordon-Levitt then, because no one will believe that.
So let's go with an unknown.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm thinking like a Chris Farley physical
Again,
type.
I think we get 6 episodes out of this, and the old woman dies from lack of the medication that she needs, and Sonny dies of an overdose.
Realistically, yes, she will need that medication at some point.
He gets liver failure, and his kidneys shut down, and they can't figure out what's going on because he won't tell them that he's been abusing the drugs, and the grandmother's not a snitch.
Yeah, and it's like an O. Henry thing. It's like, oh, I've abused all the drugs that you needed to survive, or your kidneys were shut down, but now your medication is shutting my kidneys down. We're both going to die.
They keep thinking he's on heroin, so they just keep giving him Narcan over and over, and it just kills him.
Yeah, just stresses his heart out.
Yep.
Those constant revivals.
What does Suboxone do? Give him some! And they're just hammering him with needles.
What's this one? Metformin. What is
Yeah.
that used for? Fuck if
Stick
I know.
'em!
We'll find out.
In a new episode of Goblin Hospital, where he gets brought.
That'd be a good crossover event on
Yeah.
NBC.
I think so. And
75 and Sunny and Goblin
it's
Hospital
it's
are
said
back
that
to back.
75 and Sunny. I'm like 6 episodes. Goblin Hospital, I can see going for at least 20.
Goblin Hospital would be like The Simpsons. We'll do it until people don't want to see it
Yeah.
anymore.
I said right around 20. Right around 20 episodes.
They're just repeating entire episodes. at
Every
this
joke
point.
just ends with them going, just these. Yeah, exactly. It's perfect, though.
The chief of medicine is a goblin now.
I find it
There's-
funny.
The dialogue is incomprehensible. They don't subtitle anything.
How dare you not find this compelling? You guys watch fucking shows about superstores and bullshit.
Yeah, you people watch anything. People are
You
legitimately.
Walmart sympathizers.
There are people out there that are legitimately sad that Superstore is ending.
Is it ending? I didn't know it was still going. How many seasons did that show get? 7?
I don't
6?
know. I don't know. Everyone on it's been pregnant.
I
twice.
look at shows sometimes and I'm like, I can't believe this is still going. And it gets to the point you sit there and go, they need to end it in a way that their audience is going to like or feel something, you know? I just got done watching House. I thought it was 6 seasons. It's like 8 or some shit. And it ends in a kind of a depressing way that's like, oh, but you still don't know what's going to happen. But you know, like, after the fucking camera ends, if you were to follow those characters, it'd be very, very fucked up what they all go through because they're very flawed, fucked up individuals. You look at that, it's like the end of Seinfeld. Some people loved it. Some people hated it. Actually, I don't know a lot of people I've heard who ever loved it. I know a lot of people who were like, it's pretty...
I've never heard anyone take up for that episode.
Yeah, they're like, it's pretty I think it's kind of clever that they end the way they began. They kind of like that loop. But it's more in the idea of them being like, we just didn't want these characters to end up, you know?
But the best way to end the show would have been to do literally just any old episode. You don't do a 2-parter. You literally do one last episode that is like any other episode before it. Little to no closure. Status quo regained by the end. George Costanza drops a hot iron on his balls.
You can always end it on a funny line, too, you know? Just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe let's go get some bagels or something. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's funny, but
Just Kramer busts in and goes, well, I did it again.
yeah.
Huge laugh. That's the end of the show.
Yeah, just like as if there was going to be more and the story was going to keep going on. And
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
That would have been the way to end Seinfeld.
And they
It's
always
just
talked
like-
about doing it like a reunion. And I sit there and go, it's too late. It's way fucking too late.
No one will accept Michael Richards.
No.
People are barely tolerating Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep. And it's funny because they look at him and go, Jerry Seinfeld's the kind of guy who goes, I stopped doing shows at colleges. And you sit there and go, Jerry Seinfeld stuff was never that problematic.
No.
Like, Jerry Seinfeld saying that, it's like, great.
He did jokes about the phone book for 30 years.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I think he's clever. I think he's funny in certain situations, and I love fucking Seinfeld. I think it's great. But of all the people to be like, I stopped doing colleges, it's because they're, I'd be like, Jesus Christ, if Jerry Seinfeld can't do colleges, then we're fucked. We're absolutely fucking fucked. Because he's pretty mild.
He can do colleges. He chooses not to because he's like, they're so PC.
I don't want him to hurt my feelings.
Again, to your point, it's like, is he taking up for other comedians? That seems like an uncharacteristically un-Jerry Seinfeld thing to do.
Well, it's weird to pin the guy down, yeah.
I can tell you what kind of guy he is, Rory. He was the kind of guy that when he was 38 had a 16-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, that's fair.
There you go.
Yeah, it tells you a lot about the guy, to be fair.
What's the deal with 16-year-old girlfriends?
Well, the thing that bothers me about him, and I guess it's a small thing, but it's the kind of thing where he was like, he bought a whole tenant building and renovated it so it would hold his cars.
Mm-hmm.
Like he bought a whole building for his cars in New York. And I'm like, fuck, man. It's not like there's a shit ton of real estate in New York. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you could have, there's so many ways you could have done this, but you did it in a way that, like, Jerry Seinfeld isn't the first person to do something shitty with real estate in New York. So you kind of give him a pass a little bit, but
he did what obscenely rich people do, which
is inconvenience everybody else a small amount.
And I honestly don't hold that against him. It's the sum of Jerry Seinfeld. He just seems like he sucks.
Well, I'm not
That's
sure,
my
man, because
problem
I don't know. Sometimes you look at him and you go, maybe he's just horribly sarcastic.
Maybe.
And he just can't shut it off.
But it's the difference between like him and Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald can't turn it off either.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean? It's like the kind of person who you feel like if you were to sit down with him, if you were quick enough to put up with the shit that is going to come from him, maybe it creates a good rapport. But if you can't, then he's just going to come across as a total fucking asshole. I'm not sure. And also, it's the same thing as like, how cool can any person with $100 million really be? Because at a certain point, that just kind of fucks you up. And every person who comes to you, you're going to treat as if they're like, well, you don't have $100 million, so what are you trying to get out of me?
Yeah, I mean,
is it a photo? Is it an autograph? Is it time with me? What the fuck do you want? Maybe at that point, you're an asshole because you just never get left alone.
How are you guys going to relate either?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, one of you is going to be like, well, last Thursday I did the recycling. And Jerry Seinfeld's going to be like, I found a rare dolphin that's gold-plated. Very painful for the animal. Very exclusive for celebrities. And since Epstein's Island got shut down, which was my paradise, I was like Templeton the Rat there.
Jesus Christ.
Allegedly.
Oh. Is that is that a thing?
No.
Are you trying to Me Too Jerry Seinfeld now?
I'm trying to put a little hot water on Seinfeld.
6 months from now, Jerry Seinfeld's like, I wasn't on the planes! And there's just tons of pictures of him with fucking Prince Andrew. And
just high-fiving.
Yeah. Oh, we're never gonna die as he's getting a child's blood transfused into him.
No one will find out about this.
Next to Russian oligarchs.
Yeah. Just wearing full plague masks, but they have their dicks out. It's just like a whole thing.
Straight eyes wide shut shit.
That actually sounds pretty dope. How do we get in on that?
I don't know. Well, we just have one extra viewer from now forever. And we're just like, who's that guy listening? And it's just, they're waiting to see if we say anything. So they can kill us like Stanley Kubrick.
Mayus.
Watch out for days significant to numerology. If we die on those days, it was the Illuminati.
It was the Ides of March.
Oh, no, not the Ides.
They were making a point.
Not the Marches.
We're the emperors of podcasting.
We're so important.
What we're doing here is smart and cool.
Yeah. I just want everyone to know that. If you don't agree, then
Raise your
keep
hand.
it to yourself. Well, I wasn't sure if anyone had tried to reach out to us, so I actually went and checked the old Skimbo Lounge Gmail.
Seeing as I didn't get a text from you, I take it nothing there.
No. What a surprise. Which is fair, because let's be honest. If we had been like, you got to reach out to us on the Gmail, and like this was like 4 months ago, and somebody had reached out to us, like, Dear Skimbo Lounge, and it becomes like an Eminem song, like them trying to get in there. I cut myself today while listening to the podcast.
Why are you ignoring me? It's like you never knew I existed or cared about me at all.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. Wow. I'd be like, I would have definitely talked about that. But instead it's just like, hey, Skimbo Lounge, is your penis flat? And you're like, oh.
What an excellent question.
Take these pills. That's what every guy is worried about, a flat penis.
It's a flat penis.
Ladies, I'm just letting you know.
Much like women are worried about a puffy vagina.
Exactly. Which apparently is a bad thing.
That would not work together. A flat penis and a puffy vagina.
Just so you know, just like if you're ever like with your guy and he's just like having a bad day, but sweetie, don't worry, your penis isn't flat, and just give him a pat. He'll really appreciate it.
Your affect seems different. Do you have a flat penis today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just feeling a little flatter than usual. It's like it's
Why
a
don't you
tire
try
on a
robust all?
Yeah. We're going to start selling dick pills.
My penis is perfectly cylindrical like a Pepsi can.
Hooray! This will be great for sex.
Wow, it's actually kind of painful. And really tight.
If cylindrical penis lasts for more than 4 hours, consult a doctor or stick a really big needle into your penis.
We don't recommend you lance your own penis, but some of you got to do what you got to do in those rural areas.
If you're embarrassed.
We told you this would happen. Why did you buy the product?
That's pretty awful.
I was going to say something before flat penis. What was it? Oh, well. Lost to the ether.
Hawking penis pills.
Floating in the embers.
That's what every guy wants, a nice cylindrical penis.
We're talking about listeners. Oh, yeah. Somebody did submit something to us. I don't know how she feels about being brought up on the show, so I'm just going to call her Easy Mac, and she'll probably know who she is. She sent us like a weird satanic algebra thing.
Sweet.
That we just like never did anything with, and it seems like it could be another Reverend William Crazy Math segment.
Where we get this sent from?
Instagram.
I'm terrible at checking the Instagram.
Yeah, you sure are.
I basically just like every now and then go through and I don't engage with anybody. I'm one of those guys who uses social media to harass other people through their photos and other comments that people make. That they never give you notifications for any of that shit, so none of it matters.
I mean, I've seen your Twitter habits. You're an insane person on Twitter.
I love
now.
being an insane person on Twitter.
Holy shit. You went from the guy that was like, I deleted my Twitter, I'm never using it again, to your other podcast turned over the keys, and suddenly...
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I like doing it for the other podcast because we're like floating at about the same listeners that we get for this. I probably a little less. And every now and then when I act like a crazy person on Twitter and I talk to other crazy people... it gets us a couple more follows. So
there you go.
So that's all I'm trying to do is I'm unhinged and deranged there, and it leads them to the podcast, and hopefully they listen to it like, actually, these guys are kind of reasonable.
I mean, that one guy is still definitely fucking nuts, but the other guys make some sense.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. That's my cross to bear.
Yeah. You're kind of like
I'm kind of
insane
like
Jesus.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm kind of like Jesus.
Yeah.
Without the insane part. But wasn't Jesus a little insane? And then people just start burning our podcast, which means they're throwing their phones on fires. Take that, Skimbo. Oh, wait.
Shit. And then incels just make T-shirts of Jesus with the Joker makeup. Like, Skimbo Lounge is so cool, man.
I really hope that's not our following. Is just like really angry alt-right white dudes.
Juggalos and incels.
With the alt-white community.
No, we know who our listenership is, and it's all women.
That's hot.
It is pretty much exclusively women.
That's pretty hot.
You would think we were two hot dudes. They're like, let me tell you about the size and girth of my penis.
I'd like to think it's just a cautionary tale where they were like, we at one point maybe considered ending up with these people, and it didn't work. Thank God.
I fantasized about being with them.
Look at me in my normal life. We're just over here like, isn't it funny one day if you were to meet Robert De Niro and kick him in the shins?
Like, what if a goat could vote?
You'd
have goat votes.
So yeah, maybe that's what it is. It's like, this makes me feel good for my normal life because I could be spun out and unhappy like these weirdos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or worse, be married to one of these weirdos.
Ah, yeah. See, there you go.
That's an open invitation. The first person that proposes to me, done.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I am going to say first lady that proposes.
Yeah. Big, listen, if it's the kind of thing where afterwards, I'm not signing no prenups.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I'm only for the net gain. I'm taking all you got if this don't work out, lady.
Listen, you got assets and I want them.
It's like, I'm telling you, ladies with like 70, 80 varicose veins. I'm hoping that's like at least one of our listeners out there in New York. Just like, yes, my time has come.
Goodness.
Just an 80-year-old black widow. I'll survive your H.H. Holmes murder house and make it to like your stash of jewels or whatever you've got at the end of it, as long as there is one, as long as it's not like a big vat of acid.
Oh, there's a bunch of jewels. You're not going to like what you have to do to get them, Murray.
You've got to work for them now.
You got to reach through a hole in the wall into something that's wet and dark and form-fitting.
No, it's not.
You hope to God it's just a bag of mangled oranges, but you know it's not a bag of mangled oranges.
How specific.
And then for me, I just like to cultivate the image of being like the male Doja Cat.
Oh,
so I'm just
that's
like,
what you think you are.
If you spend some money, then maybe I just might fuck you.
Yeah, I think. See, Doja Cat was like at the Grammys and stuff, though, wasn't she?
Sure, that presents a logistical problem.
Yeah, I think that's a little tough for you to call yourself the male Doja Cat at that point. Which award show were you at recently?
Well, I did receive a Good Citizenship Award from Hannaford.
I was over at the BOR, which is a local rec center in our town, and I got the local Most Hairiest Cat Award.
Most paint huffed.
Yeah.
I'm a winner, and I just stick a rag in my
Most
face.
neglected child. I've got a child?
I'd like to thank my parents for coming to... Oh.
Yeah. No. I meant you have the most neglected child.
No, I meant neglect begets neglect.
Oh, I see.
That's why I'm a bad parent.
I see. Oh, clever.
I actually had terrific parents, and I just decided to...
It's too late. And see, they secretly are one of our listeners, and they're just...
I'm just throwing that rose in the dirt. Thanks for the upbringing.
They only heard you throw them under the bus. They didn't hear all the joke afterwards. They ran out of the room.
I shut it off. I couldn't listen to more.
Yeah. Piece of shit. This insulting bit was told to me three people down the road.
Dude, members of my own family accused me of being on cocaine at a wedding.
Oh, that's awesome.
I won't say whose wedding. I think we all know whose it was.
I'm always just drunk at weddings.
Yeah, I was wasted drunk dancing, and then like telephones started, and my whole family's like, "Are you on cocaine?"
And that's when you're looking at me and you go, "Is our family that lethargic?"
This is a normal level of energy.
Are you talking about that time that we were all on the dance floor and having a great time, and everyone was staring at us, like very sweatily patting at their foreheads from the corner? This is not right.
Clutching their pearls. Those Long Island iced teas, those are gasoline pours straight up.
I want to ask, though, I want to say something like, you guys think it's weird for us to dance to the music while all of you stared at us doing it for an hour? That was you guys being normal and us being weird? You're a bunch of voyeuristic perverts.
Yeah,
that's what I would say.
Again, we're waiting for the fucking Eyes Wide Shut masks.
Yep. And also, I apologize to the bartender for slipping your sister so many drinks, because
different wedding.
Oh, that was a different wedding.
Yeah, subsequent family wedding.
Oh, the other wedding.
A lot of my.
I've been to a lot of your family weddings.
What the fuck?
That other wedding you're talking about, yeah, she was old enough to get her own drinks though. But I'm pretty sure I still did funnel Long Island iced teas to you because I did not drink them, and it was a 2 per person limit. So I went up and got some Long Islands and brought them. Like, you can only get 2. I was like, well, better get 2 now then, I said to her. And ferried those back to the table post haste.
As Tanner will attest, I went up to that woman and proceeded to do the most transparent, full of shit, swooning in front of her, just being like, "What's your name?" "Hello, Elaine."
"Hello, Elaine." Yeah, we're
Could
not.
we get one of these Long Island iced teas we keep hearing about? And she's like, "There's only 2 per." She just saw it coming. She's like, 2 per person.
Yep. Like, oh, Elaine, are you sure we can't fib a little tonight?
Now,
just
come on.
Stretch the truth.
You look like a bad girl.
I'm not. I'm going to get 2 Long Island iced teas and a couple of Strong Island iced teas, if you know what I'm saying, wink. And then she just looks at you, and you can only see, you see your fear reflected in her mole on her face. And she goes, no.
Her phone just goes, time to take my insulin.
You're like, okay, I'm not getting anywhere yet.
That's when I knew I would have her that night.
But then secretly it was like, that's what you thought it was, but really it was just us hammering. But come on, man, iced tea.
This was before all I had that day was black coffee and red wine. So
all I had was black coffee and red wine. So I was fine, he says to everybody.
I was firing on all cylinders. I was in the pocket. I was fine.
Yeah.
I want to run something by you.
What's that?
This is a total change in direction.
Okay.
I got a superhero I want to run by, okay?
Is this like the sitcom? Is this going to be a franchise?
Yes.
Do you see this being made into toys for children?
100%. This has franchise potential. It has merchandising potential. It's going to be great.
Noting that you cannot have the rights to Fart Man.
I fully understand that, but great that your mind went in that direction. It is a Jewish superhero.
I was not.
Howard Stern is Jewish.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know if you gathered. from his name and
yeah,
general demeanor.
But I never. Okay, go on.
Okay. So
that wasn't what I was getting at.
It's a Jewish superhero.
Great.
His name is Captain Sabbath. And he's amazing. He's like Superman. He can shoot lasers. He can fly. He's indestructible. He's just like super awesome. He's like Captain America and Superman all rolled into one. Something that little Orthodox Jewish kids can look up to. But his powers do not work on Saturday. So
how did I know that was going to be it? But okay, so what are his powers? I had shudder to ask.
No, he has amazing powers. They just don't work on Saturdays.
But what are his powers?
I told you, like laser eyes, and he's indestructible, and he can fly.
That's so nebulous, though.
No, it's not.
Okay, fine.
He's insanely powerful.
So he does all of the great things except for Saturdays.
Saturdays, his powers do not work.
Where are you, Captain Sabbath?
It's like Gremlins roll.
You don't think that they would catch on that Captain Sabbath can't work on Saturdays and everyone just saves their crime
his
for Saturday?
arch enemy, the anti-Semite, only commits crimes on Saturday.
Okay, tell me what the anti-Semite looks like.
He looks like a negative version of Captain Sabbath.
Oh, I was going to be like, he looks surprisingly like our friend of the pod, Jeff. The only person who can take a joke. This is why I brought him.
I was going to say Mitch, who has an existing bit on the record as the Jewish Holocaust denier.
Oh, right. That's fair. He did a long time ago.
That was like a 20-minute bit on an episode that was just me and him.
I don't know if people got that. Anyways, go on.
I sure didn't. Anyway, that's why it took 20 minutes. So anyway, the anti-Semite, he's basically just got the reverse color scheme of Captain Sabbath. There was an accident that split them in two, and the only time anti-Semites' powers work are on Saturdays when Captain Sabbath's don't work. It's a little convoluted, but follow me on that.
He only gets powers on the one day.
Yes.
That Captain Sabbath. So I've got to assume that there was some freak accident that tied their powers together then. So what was that?
Some kind of
radioactive bat
disturbance
mitzvah?
at the Wailing Wall.
I was bit by a radioactive 13-year-old.
That is 100% it.
Oh,
he was a bar mitzvah clown. I don't know if you have a clown at a bar mitzvah. I would assume.
Yes. He was just Hezekiah, the bat mitzvah clown.
Yep.
I feel like that sounds a little more Amish than Jewish.
A little bit.
I feel like I'm crossing over there a little bit too much. I guess I don't try to be such a shit towards the Jewish people so often.
It's very big of you to not pick an immediately on the nose name. That's true. You didn't say Shlomo or something.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I was trying to think. I was like, what? You know, I don't know what's a typical, like, I don't know what a stereotypical Jewish name is. But then you just said it, Shlomo, so I guess I can't.
Yeah, my college girlfriend was Jewish, and I guess apparently they have a process similar to Catholics that where you have like confirmation.
Yeah.
You get like a Jewish name.
Yeah.
And her younger brother somehow got Shlomo.
Oh.
And the dad wasn't Jewish, so when he heard about it, he was like, Shlomo?
He's like, Jesus Christ! Well, that's a little on the nose.
Aren't there, like, doesn't Samson count or something like that? Can't we do that? So anyway, what do you think of this franchise?
I don't know. I feel like there's some gaps you need to fill. Like, what's the anti-Semite doing at the bar mitzvah in the first place? You know,
he is a Gentile who is dating a girl there, and it's this whole thing because the dad is like, you can't fucking marry a non-Jewish guy. I won't allow it. No daughter of mine.
So does the radioactive kid? He bites the one guy, and what does he? How does he get? Does he throw up over everybody? Most of them like fall into acid, I assume.
He throws up, into the Gentile's eyes, and because he's a Gentile,
the Jewish faith is too much for me.
It gives him reverse Jewish powers. Yes,
I see. So he has all the powers on Saturday.
Yes.
So basically, it's just a lot of work on Sunday for him.
Sunday through Friday, Captain Sabbath has to undo everything that the anti-Semite did,
and then spend a day hiding. Why doesn't he just like? I see again. I'll give you a season, and the season ends with Captain Sabbath being smart enough to wait for midnight on the Sabbath, right around innocuously
when their powers switch.
Right when his power switch, and he's just like, ha! Just snaps his neck like a twig.
Just laser eyes through him.
Snaps him like some matzah bread. Just it's over.
There you go.
See?
Leaves a little piece of matzah over his eyes as a message to other would-be criminals.
Yeah. And then that's it. And then next season you have to get a new hero or a new villain.
Yeah.
That's also somehow anti-Semitic.
Bill de Blasio.
Yeah. I was like, there's a lot to pick from already.
It's just Bill de Blasio in a mech suit.
Marjorie Taylor Greene just talking about Jewish space lasers.
Yeah.
Where are they? She screams.
It's the black Israelites.
Yeah.
They hate everyone.
Yeah, they seem like they'd be funny to walk by though. As long as you kept walking, it did not take what
It's
they
a
said
pretty
seriously.
intense roasting when you walk by them.
Oh, I'm sure.
Holy shit, dude.
Like, damn, that was good.
They called me white, unclean animal, and I was like, God damn.
You're like, damn, you got me pegged.
You guys, that's a great one, dude.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh.
I mean, you're not wrong at all. It's
Like,
just,
fuck, man.
God damn.
You've been going through my trash to peg me so well. Good for you. That's how you go.
Was it the fact that I'm eating on all fours out of the garbage in
Yeah.
front of Times Square?
You're just looking at oink oink, baby. Just keep on. Damn. Maybe they'll respect you a
You're
little
like,
more.
damn, all right. We like one white guy.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
Give them a little. I'll be back later. We're gonna talk.
You walk by and they're like, hey, piggy. And you're like, oink, oink,
Like,
baby.
guys,
Becomes a thing.
Yeah, guys, I brought McDonald's for everybody.
You start bringing McDonald's to the black Israelites every day.
Like, we hate this shit. Like,
We
well,
still
that's-
fucking hate you, buddy.
Yeah. You're like, listen, this is what I go to get. Like, you're right. I am a disgusting person. I'm just sitting here. I brought McDoubles for everybody. You either like that or you don't.
God damn, and they just all
Yeah,
start
yeah.
eating them.
Shit.
Y'all get horribly
See,
fat
that's
and
my alternative
sedentary.
sitcom pitch for you is Rory and the Black Israelites.
I mean,
And eventually it's just me standing there with them looking at people going by and I'm just disdainfully, honky! just yelling at people. Oh, good one, Rory.
you just take them over because they're, again, too obese to move at this point from all the McDonald's you've been bringing them.
Secretly, that's what I've been trying to give the Black Israelites heart failure.
Bill de Blasio comes to you. I really admire the work you've been doing.
I'm like, oh, God
I
damn
haven't
it.
been doing anything.
You're like, that's not okay.
I don't want to be on the same side as Bill de Blasio.
Like, all right, guys, next time I come by with quinoa salads. God damn it, we don't like you as much.
Let's talk about blowing up Times Square, guys.
Listen.
What do you think?
Like, here's the deal, guys. We need to start harassing people while we jog by them for a little while while we get back into shape.
We're going to get some light dumbbells
Yeah.
and also shout hatred at people.
We're going to get these little weights. You put them on your ankles and you walk around. It's a little weird at first, but after a while, it's pretty fun.
Oh, and you guys were going to do that cool thing where afterwards we take like before and after pictures and we show like the big sweatpants on you and stuff. You're going to feel so good.
It's going to be so great. In the after pictures, you can just say also kind of, borderline awful shit.
And I get that now you just have like loose hanging skin and you were in fine shape before I got to you, but I also helped you lose the weight.
Yeah.
So what do you say we go down and yell at the Jews?
Jesus Christ.
Like old times, guys. Come on.
Like the old days. Like we used to. I miss the old us.
what happened to us?
See, that's my sitcom.
We've done
Starring-
some productive work here.
Starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Is he playing you?
Yeah,
Yeah, well.
in everything. I feel like he's a little too short. Secretly starring Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Who looks old as shit now, but
Benedict
it's okay.
Cumberbatch.
Just awkward and weird. Yeah. That's basically it.
That's pretty good.
I'd say so.
Did I have anything else? I wonder if I came up with any other
Any other
sitcoms.
clever shit? I don't know, man. It's not so hard. I mean, I just came up with one right there.
I did come up with one, but it is another Jewish one, and it does require a voice, so I'm not going to be anti-Semitic and do it.
Oh, well done. Look at you checking yourself.
Okay, I'll tell you what it was. It was for a Jewish wrestler called Stone Cold Steve Schwartz, and he's basically just Stone Cold Steve Austin, but Jewish.
I see. See, here's the thing. That was so lazy.
Was it?
It was.
Tell me how.
You basically, look, Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Uh-huh.
Stone Cold Steve Schwartz.
Uh-huh.
What was difficult about that?
Quite a lot of it, actually.
Uh-huh.
It took. I came up with it the other night and literally just said it out loud to myself. I can't do the voice, but I was just sitting there and just out of nowhere, I just went Stone Cold Steve Schwartz.
You just had a little
It's
chuckle for
very
yourself.
funny to me.
I
Be a good
I don't
band name.
would it?
Stone Cold Steve Schwartz.
I don't know.
Be
I don't
pretty
know
good.
about
And they're like, which one are you, Steve? And it's like,
None of us.
We're just assholes.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That would be fun. But other than that, I'm not with it.
Look who's laughing now, Rory.
It's like Rey Mysterio. It's like Ray Bagels. Like, what is that? Like, what is this? Come on.
No.
Yeah,
no.
see? It's
See,
lazy.
that proves that work went into Stone Cold Steve Schwartz.
Not really.
It really
it?
does, because you weren't able to just improvise something.
Well, I'm not. Again, I'm not.
Maybe you should watch some wrestling sometime.
Maybe I should look more into the Jewish faith.
If you got religion, Rory, that'd be the most interesting thing about you.
Oh, that means fucking A. That hurts a little. Listen, I'm never I find it all very fascinating. It'd be the kind of thing where if I was like one day I was like, well, I did the Ancestry 23andMe and now the government has my DNA, but I found out I've got a little bit of Jewish ancestry. That'd be an interesting thing to find out. But mostly I'm just Irish white, Celtic dirt people. We're pagans. And I'm basically I think I'm just Irish, Scottish, and none of the tan part of an Italian.
That's tough. You got them northern genes.
Yeah. Well, I got all the stomach problems of Scottish people. Where I'm just I like bland food and I can't do pasta sauce. But also, I'm chalky and I don't like Mediterranean heat.
Are Scottish people known for colic? Do they have stomach problems?
I hope so. I don't know. I hope so now.
My tummy doesn't feel very
but they're
good
in
today.
sheep's stomach and shit too, though. So, but I don't know. Is sheep's stomach particularly spicy?
I thought haggis was, but I don't know what spices they were using in Scotland.
Yeah. Salt.
It's too much for me.
We're gonna put more salt on it.
Put some Cholula in your haggis.
You used too much salt.
God damn it.
Too spicy. It's a terrible Scottish accent. It's awful.
That's a Scottish woman talking.
Ooh, aye.
Ooh, aye.
Ooh, fuck me. Oh, that's fun.
Oh, we love our Scottish listeners.
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the countries we've never had listeners from. We had listeners from Ireland for a while.
Who are probably cackling their asses off now.
And then they know because
that was good.
We eventually, I feel like that's the thing we got to be wary of is the second we recognize who our listeners are, they run. They run away, except for the Jewish folk who apparently have a sense of humor.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. You can never tell these days.
Honestly,
good on you, Jews. No, I'm sorry.
Way to be.
I'm so unemployable now.
Yeah, pretty much. But
yeah.
I'm right there with you.
You never know, though.
Hey, not at any point did we say anything disparaging about the Jewish people.
Oh no, resilient people.
We literally came up with a ball and superhero for them.
But hey, just like everyone else, everyone can be a bag of crap.
That's true.
Anyway.
We proved on another episode that gay people can be monsters. I mean, we proved that white men are, a little problematic.
just a
hair.
Just a bit.
Just a taste.
And we haven't even talked about that episode of our new Jewish superhero story where the anti-Semite finds out he has Jewish ancestry and really has a crisis of self.
He tries to laser his own head off by staring into a building.
The episode is called The Self-Hating Jew. I don't know how that's going to go over.
We got to tie in Mitch's character, the Jewish Holocaust denier.
I mean, I saw him as now he's playing the villain.
Who, the Jewish Holocaust denier or Mitch? What are we talking about here? Wait, you lost me.
Exactly.
That's not good. The suits won't like that, Rory.
Nope. We lost the producers.
Because now they don't know if that's anti-Semitic.
Oh, God, they're leaving the room. Summer and George. It all ties back to them trying to get a television show. Yeah. And that one guy leaves and joins Greenpeace. It's really weird.
Yeah. Does he die, too?
I feel like he does die.
He, drowns working for Greenpeace?
Trying to impress Elaine.
Hell of an endorsement for Greenpeace.
I get it, Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous and has lots of money.
That's true. Her
pretty
family
wild.
is also quite rich.
Stupid rich. She was a billionaire.
Yeah.
Before she became Elaine.
Good for her.
Which lets me know how she became Elaine. Thank God she was talented.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want to get any haters on that run because Elaine was just
People
delightful.
sleep on Elaine, but she is fucking integral to that show.
Oh, yeah. Every piece is perfect.
Oh, yeah. Not a thing out of place.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where you look back and you go, the Soup Nazi was in one episode, but he's very talked about. Like, when I say that, people know what episode I'm talking about.
He's synonymous with the show.
Yeah, one episode.
No soup for you.
Yeah, one episode. Wasn't in more than one. That's a lot of them. There's a lot of people.
Yep. Which is why they paraded all those people back in the finale. Babu.
Yep.
Poppy.
Yep.
Sidra is the name of Terry Hatcher's character.
Keep
they're
going.
real and they're spectacular.
Yep.
Jackie Childs, obviously.
Yep.
Jerry's parents are in the finale, aren't they? Don't they come down?
I feel like everybody.
Uncle Leo.
I feel like pretty much everybody shows up.
Newman. Putty.
Look at you go.
We watched a lot of Seinfeld, you guys.
I watched too much Seinfeld.
Oh, man. I think I say this all the time. Like, that's when I knew I liked women.
Oh.
But watching Seinfeld with Sidra and being like, boobies,
when they're
huh?
real and they're spectacular.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so jealous of Elaine she gets to go into the sauna with the
And
boobies.
you're like, everyone's losing their mind over these booby things.
Elaine has boobies.
Oh my God. Have there been boobies in this show the entire time?
And then you just vomit a little bit, and then you become a man.
Oh my God.
Your testicles both go pop, pop, and they make very, very loud popping noises. Women, I don't know if you know this, but that's what happens during puberty.
You puke on yourself and you go, wow, I just got my first boner.
Yeah. Wow.
Is that right? Is this
all
my
at
boner or
once.
just a handful of puke?
Just your body just starts excreting tons of hair. Oh, what's happening?
I'm getting a boner.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Oh, while you get just an erection. Puberty's tough for guys.
God damn, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
God forbid if this happens in the middle of English class. Rory, would you like to come up to you just see hair ripping out of my clothing?
It's just like a violent demonic
Hear
possession.
2 loud snaps from my pants as my testicles descend.
Spit up blood.
It's a part of natural. Oh,
Quit farting around and get up
Yeah.
here and do the math problem.
yeah, it doesn't even notice it. You look the same to me. Immediate unibrow.
Zits all over. Just cystic acne everywhere.
Exploding.
Just looking like the bad guy from Dune.
Yep. Pretty much.
I'm reminded of the Ace of Base song, It's a Beautiful Life.
Yep, that's what puberty was like for us. I don't know about you guys. If it wasn't like that for you, you're probably not normal.
What was it like for girls?
Just like, I don't know. I don't know. That must have been pretty fucking tough.
Yeah.
You just got to imagine being a kid, and then all of a sudden you got boobs, and then all of a sudden guys start noticing you because you have boobs. You're like, is that important?
But also, like, you just bleed one day.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, I knew this was coming, but not like this.
And then just having to deal with it. But then, like, dealing with it for decades, and then one day it stops.
And you grow hair on your lip. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, menopause fucks with your hormones and stuff.
Well, it
right?
fucks with it on the front end, too. Some of the girls, and they get the hairy arms and stuff.
It's
And then you
true.
realize that guys really don't care as
It's
long
nothing
as you
to
let
be
them touch
ashamed
their
of.
boobs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all we really care about. Or booties.
Are your boobs and butt covered in hair? Then you're fine.
Yeah. 'Cause that's what guys like, hairy booties.
Yeah, hairy booties and hairy boobies.
Yeah. I thought all girls knew this.
We should.
Are we the first people to say this?
I think we're taking a definitive stance for the community on the pod. Yes, hairy booties, hairy boobies.
Nobody cares as long as they can touch them.
Harry and the Hendersons. I pretended he
It's
was a
the same
girl.
thing when it comes to fake boobs. Like, you sit there and you go, can I touch them? Then they're real. If you won't let me touch them, then those things are fake. And I mean that for women who haven't had breast implants as well. If I can't touch them, then I think they're fake.
This is like Rory's version of
Does
like,
that insult you?
The game.
Will that let me? Will that get me access to your boobs?
This is Rory's Steve Harvey moment where he's like, the key is gaslighting a woman
Oh.
and telling her breasts are fake unless you can feel them to decide whether or not they are.
Flawless. Not a contest, a comparison.
Have you just been a pimp this whole time?
I was
Rory?
gonna say my Steve Harvey moment. I immediately was like, "Wait, am I like on Miss Universe and I accidentally called the wrong contestant, and everyone gets mad at me, and the woman's up there with the crown on, she's super excited, and it's actually the person next to her who won, and I have to apologize to the entire audience, the judges, and then remove the crown from the woman's head to give it to the other person."
And then you say into a hot mic, I'm sure this is especially hard for you because you're on your period as well.
We all noticed you wore a white swimsuit, darling. I don't know what you expected.
I mean, no one was going to say anything, but goddamn.
You weren't fooling anybody.
Why do women listen to this show?
I
Rory?
don't know. We're awful people.
We're literally pushing them away.
Maybe, I don't know. I think it's just people with senses of humor, I hope.
I think so. I hope everyone knows it's all in good
Yeah.
fun.
Well, I think, and again, we also admit the fact that we're awful, horrible people.
And in this example, Steve Harvey or Rory, whichever one you want, is the asshole
Oh,
because
great.
he pointed out the Menzies.
yeah, fuck you, Steve Harvey.
This is Steve Harvey's fault. If you want to get mad at anyone, it's the album artwork for the week, which is going to be Steve Harvey.
I agree. We're all mad at Steve Harvey.
Write Steve a letter if you feel enraged by this.
Oh, Steve, why did you get us both in trouble?
God damn it.
Well, I think, listen, if you've been listening this long and this is the one you took seriously, I'd say that says more about what's wrong with you than me. But if this is the first episode you've ever listened to, then I say goodbye. And it was great having you for this one because there's no way you're coming back
Thanks
next
for
week.
stopping in.
Yeah.
I want to make a personal plea to our listeners. When you stop listening to the show, let us know what episode you tagged out on.
Yeah, send us
That's
the
all
hate
we
mail.
ask.
That's all we ask. Yeah, that sounds
We
nice.
just want a head count.
Yeah, we just sit there and go, oh, we lost so. Oh, they said some mean things about this one. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see why that made me a pig. Yeah, that's true.
So 113 did it for you, huh?
One, yeah.
Was it Steve Harvey drinking the
Was
period
it
blood?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't drink.
Oh, no.
But now he did. We made it up.
I'd like to think that my mumbling cut that out for most people. Don't go back and listen. Don't.
Do not ever rewind the podcast and only listen once.
Yeah.
Destroy after.
Don't go back and listen from episode 1 again, because it's again, we said it last episode. Take a fucking road trip across the country and listen to nothing but the Skimbo Lounge.
Forever changed.
And you'll have a panic attack just like I did when I tried to do that. Except with Dan Harmon's podcast.
Yeah. Which was tough because that was a guy living our preferred existence. Like that's what we went to Texas in search of.
And while having a spiral, he was spiraling the whole time. And here's us doing the same thing, except we have no money and nowhere to go.
Yeah, he was just an alcoholic. We were existentially terrified.
Yeah. Isn't that great? Isn't that great, you guys?
Fun inside baseball from the Skimbo Lounge.
I can't wait for that next week's bunch of messages of the "Are you okays?"
Yeah. Hey, guys, listen.
Hey, it's really funny. It is. We promise. But are you doing okay?
And they're just mouthing to their significant other, it's not funny.
I'd like to think that that's the only reason we have listeners now is because they're all just on suicide watch. They're just like, when the episode doesn't come out on Wednesday, we all assume that maybe one of them's missing this week.
We're going to feel a little responsible if we don't listen all the way through. Just vibe check. That's all this is, vibe check.
They're just waiting for like that gunshot in the middle. Just, dude, how'd they upload this? How did this work?
Skimbo Lounge.
Oh, boy. That's so depressing.
That's, yeah.
Is that what we're ending on this week? Is that?
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you a little tidbit to go out on.
Yeah, sure. Hit me.
Registration's opening up. You getting vaccinated soon?
I mean, registration for my age, because I'm not an essential worker, is the 12th of April. So I've got a couple of days before I can even register. And then I got to assume it'll be a couple more days after that before I get stuck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I plan on it.
You're getting stuck for the first time.
Yep. Feels like the first time.
Oh, my arm.
Oh, my arm's
I
cold.
just shit
and
my
I'm
pants.
shivering and feverish. I know what this is like.
Yep.
So yeah, just I can't wait to have that uncomfortable fever. Because like my dad was pretty fine with it, and my mom, it hit like a train.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get hit like a train.
The second dose kicked my fucking ass in, dude. It's.
I'm gonna get pooed on. I might just opt out for the one that's just the one shot and just go for it.
Pfizer.
Yeah, I don't know which one is the
These
one shot.
designer COVID vaccines.
The designer drug. Well, because I figure by that point they might be offering the option. They're like, well, we don't want you to come back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'll see what I'm not going to be too picky. I'll get what they give.
Can you imagine if we all organized into factions? The Johnson & Johnson clan.
Johnson.
Team Moderna.
I'd like to think we all evolve in different ways based on the vaccine. Like maybe not us, but our kids. They all just come out differently. Like just like that's. We didn't know that when we vaccinated you guys with these different things, it would distinctly shade all of your skin colors different. And as we all know, humans don't have a great track record with racism.
Well,
so they went after the orange people really, really quick.
I was thinking that would actually be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, where the next generation,
we're all bright blue,
black, white, Asian, whatever, all mixed together with different traits. Like the Pfizer people get gills and fins and stuff.
Oh, we would
the
kill
Moderna people get wings.
We would kill those people, and then there's the one group, and they're just like, we got nothing, so we're gonna use guns to kill the other people because we're gonna call them freaks, even though they're special.
Yeah, now that there's like 12 of us, and
you're doing things that are different than us. That's where guns come into play every single time. Every single time. Oh, look at the wing people. There'd be dudes trying to like inject themselves with the vaccine after the fact, but it doesn't matter because they are what they are.
It's just a spent dose that makes them sterile.
And they're just like really upset. And then that's when we start shooting each other. And the wing people are like, we're super happy over here. We just want peace. And the gill people are like, we just want peace too. Also, stop putting plastic in the ocean.
Yeah. The rock people are like, we just want peace as well.
And then there's the people who are the normals in the middle like, we still have opposable thumbs and we can still use guns. And we're going to kill you guys.
As soon as we figure out how to kill the rock people, you're all fucked.
Yeah. And we just hit them with high doses of radiation or something. That's the way it would go. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you just drive trucks into the rock people.
All the people who are sitting there being like, we're let's be honest, Christians. And we're doing this because you guys don't realize you're living in sin. If we kill you, God is going to think about it and might put you into heaven, rather than if you live your sinful lives where you definitely won't get in. So let us put this Jesus bullet into you. And that's how the Crusades happen.
All over again. I like to think even in that,
You're welcome.
Muslims, Jews, and Christians all joined together and are like, look, can we all agree it's basically the same God? Can we just compromise and make him like a really tan guy with blonde hair? And they're like, that's a fair compromise.
As long as we kill those wing freaks.
Yeah, as long as we're killing wing people, rock people, and gill people.
Yeah. And then they all just band together, and then they kill each other, and then afterwards, like, well, we know that we said no take-backs, but take back.
You and your entire people deserve to die.
And then they kill each other for another couple thousand years. Yeah.
And we get down to the last human being, and it's just some guy named Secular Chet.
They're like, maybe this wasn't a great idea the whole time. But like, yeah, but like those companies that like funded this made such good profits.
And we can all feel good about that.
Don't you know how much money they made? They're living on the moon now. Unfortunately, they're inbred as fuck and dumb fucking Chads like 3 generations in. But they've got all the money. And they survived.
It's just Chet Hanks is on the moon.
That's why I don't believe
full circle.
That's why I don't believe the 100 would ever exist. Because all the rich fucking people who escape, like on their ships and like head up to like space stations, if we destroy the world, 3 generations are going to be all a bunch of spoiled fucking douchebags.
Well, and think about the damage a Karen could do in space. She
Yeah.
just hits the airlock and people start flying.
You know
out.
what I think?
I want to talk to the captain now, and she just hits the button.
Yeah.
1,000 people get sucked into
What?
the coldness of space.
There's no more white sauce. This is ground control to Major Tom.
As people's
As
blood
a-
just crystallizes.
You just watch people freeze in space. Yeah, but they'll bring more white sauce next time.
Maybe they'll think a little clearer.
I
next
have
time.
dietary issues.
I have celiac.
I have undiagnosed.
There's a lot of flour in that sauce. It's made with a roux.
Yeah.
I know.
How dare you? That would be what gets that guy sent. Floated, as you will.
Yes, floated.
Very important, the terminology. So yeah,
Well,
3 generations, we're doomed.
pretty much.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's an optimistic note for
Yeah.
people to look forward
We're
to.
either going to, all your kids, they're either going to get melanomas and be very sad, or we'll literally run out of oxygen. 3 generations. Enjoy. That's been the podcast.
I think for another week, that's been your favorite boys. This has been a vibe check. Checking in with you here.
Checking in with you here. How you doing? We were doing great, and then it was like, not so great. Not great anymore.
It always just like, oh, wow, this one's got real Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. We're
Listen,
talking about period blood in the Jews.
I just want to make people sad at a certain point. You got to make people sad a little bit during every podcast. Just to let them know that we all realize this is the world we're in. COVID happened. That shit. 2020 happened, everybody. That's a part of your timeline now. You're going to have to fucking deal with it.
Look, we know we were the best part of the pandemic for you, but
I'm so sorry.
at some point,
Yeah.
you got to move on.
You got to deal with your rock bottoms.
Stop
I can't
listening.
carry your shit anymore.
Well, do you got anything you want to plug?
No, I'm good.
Okay, well, for another week, thank you. Go fuck yourselves. And goodbye.